Good damage, though. Really trying to put the pressure here. They will TP in for a little bit of a refill here from Baboka, but it won't be a bottle refill. He's just here for coverage and maybe to try to set up a bait if BZM falls for this.
Yeah, the electric vortex there. Baboka links up. Nova, X-Nova making his way over as well. But BZM ends up getting first blood, surprisingly. On to nothing to say now. Ari with the big Illuminate. X-Nova trying to finish the job onto BZM. Will eventually get the kill as Baboka will end up dropping. So a 2-for-1.
I would say probably overall this is the hero that it nerfed the most, specifically because he was the best at not getting hit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. As Whisper getting gone on right now. JT coming in with the Rolling Thunder. Now the Swarm attached to Whisper. Only a matter of time before he goes down. JT will claim it. And still that mid tower will be saved by G2 IG as Seb will take some damage here. Nothing to actually uses a lot of mana just
from the side of IG. Maybe this is just what is down to happen when Nothing to Say has this rough of a start in this lineup.
Yeah, but a 10-minute run will be up. BZM, okay, we got the black hole under 2, and just like that, Nothing to Say is dead. Io looks to be next, trying to not be able to connect fully, though. A lot of damage onto BZM. We'll use the Melt Strike onto Monet, but it looks like Monet's going to be able to right-click him down as a focus fire now onto JT, but he's going to be able to swashbuckle step down from the high. And looks like he's going to get gone on now, but Tomato thinking twice about it because this is the rest of the IG lineup here by the tier 1.
Can't quite get vision just yet. If Tomato stops for any sort of farm, he's dead.
And this camp will be spotted. Nothing to Say looking for the opening. The relocate is coming as well. Electric Vortex, but Tomato able to find a good amount of distance here. Now 3 TPs from OG, trying to counteract this completely. Nice power shot and Nothing to Say, but of course he has the zip.
Okay, he's not dead.
And Whisper doesn't have the blink in his inventory yet, so can't really find the catch. At the very least for G2 IG, they do get the tower in the bot lane.
Yeah, they do disengage as well, but yeah, that looked like it was going to be a kill, but they couldn't connect the Batrider in time onto the Vortex, and it's dead.
Okay, Baboka does not have his ult. And that is the death of Nothing to Say. JT died in another lane as well, so all of a sudden OG coming out on top of this fight, that's for sure, is the arena reserved just for Baboka. 3 for nothing, and maybe even a tier 1 tower. Now the race for the 14-minute Wisdom. Whisper steals it.
Yeah, this
is it, but if it's a position 5 forcing you to BKB or something like that, then that is well worth the Atos pickup as Seb.
All right, if he upgrades it to Gleipnir, I'll give you another dinner. All right, here's Bat is in trouble.
Yeah,
Bat is dead.
The death. All right, but he does get his blink in time, so they'll be waiting for him at base.
IG definitely slowing down quite significantly, though, but perhaps they can find an opening.
You're
playing with Io, you have Relocate, but they're not really taking much initiative.
Yeah. There's a lot of traps, and BZM has his shards, so this is a silence on top. Very dangerous for IG. They're going to zip on Seb, but the Gleipnir from Tomato from afar. Storm is just dead right off the bat. The focus fire coming in. X-Nova will drop. That's already 2 dead for IG, and JT has to try and roll away on top of a trap. He gets silenced, and he's just going to die as well. Double kill for Ari. And OG taking firm control of this game, baiting them in.
They know this, they know IG can't contest them, so they will take a free Roche.
Yeah, it is half HP right now. As we're going to see a potential pickoff onto Seb, as the relocate is coming for him as well, so Seb kind of sacrificing his life. Meanwhile, it looks like, yeah, X-Nova was eventually found, and this will eventually lead now to the Roche for OG. As they will get the return kill as Io makes his way back over to relocate. Does get the mech before the death, though. Powerful. And the slow resistance, very important. Something we always talk about is Baboka gets a nice little cheeky steal on the Wisdom Rune as, Orchid with the arena coming out. Whisper with nice layering. Illuminate to follow. Way too easy as Ari picks up the kill. And with Io using the 10K lead already. Whisper not able to finish his BKB. His courier was sniped. BZM gonna get lassoed into the base with the instant Gleipnir to hold the Batrider in place. BZM looks like he'll burn through the Aegis. See if Whisper and company can try to counteract this. Arena's not quite up yet. A nice roll right onto the TA as BZM is dead, but the counter black hole onto 2. Is it enough with the spear on top of the Storm Spirit? He's very low, but they don't have the damage. Nothing to Say actually zips away and the Pango lives as well. A nice defense here from IG as Seth. He's going to be spotted and brought down. Tomato, instant Orchid, Nothing to Say, he's brought down all by his lonesome. So ends up being a 2-for-1 as the chase continues. Monet wants more. They need more from IG. Shield crash onto 2. A nice flow as Ari going to heal up with his Illuminate. Finally, Whisper's ult comes out to try to hold them in place. With a snipe onto JT from Tomato. Has to be careful as they are quite low.
This could be a really key moment coming up.
Radiant are scanning.
OG will reinforce, so bringing more heroes to the table. This is a pivotal moment in the game.
BZM trying to bait things out. He's going to get initiated on, but the instant initiation from Whisper with the arena, they're going to be able to clean up too easily. So still no BKB for the Storm, and still getting punished as JT. Onto the high ground he goes. BZM and company will be trying to shadow him. Do they have the stun? Yes. Third kill for OG. And along they march on in this bot lane.
Shield run off, they can't burst me.
Yeah.
They just don't have enough damage and they need time to relocate in. So full on playing the bait, and it works out wonderfully for OG.
Another silence into the spear. Weaver taking a good amount of damage with the black hole to fall. Baboka trying to heal him up, but it's not enough. Monet's dead in his own base. 50 seconds on the deck. Despite this Pango and Storm being up now, I think they lose a set of racks now. So OG just all over it in this game number 1.
They might try to get a bigger...
From a prior fight, so maybe just a second lane if they're not careful. 30 seconds for the Weaver as BZM will force out the second fortification. Now these buildings are going to be free to hit. Rolling Thunder being primed. Not opting to go for it quite yet, just burning a little bit of mana from BZM. Gleipnir onto the Storm Spirit with the Orchid to follow, and the arena. Do they have the damage? They get the Storm again. Nothing to say is dead. We'll have to buy back. He does have it. This is going to be second lane of rack for OG, but instead Whisper with a double kill now. The Rebuke absolutely deletes another member of IG. And they're just going to, in theory, close the book on game 1 for IG unless they're able to get something crazy. I mean, I guess the Basher, which he's not going for on the Pangolier, is another option that we didn't really talk about. There's X-Nova brought down. But the lanes are relatively pushed, so IG can actually stick around here for a bit more before they have to reset. A mech coming out from Seb. Whisper with the initiation. Arena is there already. The Pango really low, but gets healed up at the last moment. Black hole onto the Storm, and the Weaver are caught inside. Monet is dead. Instant buyback for him. There's nothing to say. Does activate the golden item, but will have to use it in retreat as BZM's Aegis is expired here. And the tier 3 pretty damn low. They're going to try to surround BZM, but a nice Gleipnir on the 3 heroes. Whisper with a huge rebuke on the 3 as well. But BZM is actually melting in the cover here. Looks like they will be able to take out the TA eventually as Whisper left all alone. Tomato and company trying to do some damage to Monet to get that dieback, but it's not going to happen. So good defense from IG. They lose the tier 3, but the buildings, the range and...
We can probably go with a lot of confidence with just sending Mars in front. Like the amount of resources that G2IG needs to spend to kill off Whisper will probably...
Gleipnir opening, focus fire onto Baboka, using the steel totem, but he will die. Does have the buyback intact though. We'll back away now. Tomato looking for a straggler. Nothing to say. Has basically no mana. Shackler shot, focus fire, dead. Great pickoff for Tomato on the other side of the map. Why is he even there? It's what Nothing to Say is asking. He does have his buyback, and now they're going to spend basically everything just for this defense. Nothing to Say. Seb actually pops the BKB as JT getting Melt Strike very low. The mech comes out, but a beautiful arena coming out from Whisper, and that's the death of Baboka again. A dieback for the IO, and this will now be Mega Creeps in favor of OG. And Monet, another last stand attempt. The last one was there. They do take out BZM, but Tomato and company almost taking out Nothing to Say. He will actually limp back to base, just barely getting out. I'm not sure IG can even chase any longer. Tomato looking for some more snipes, but...
It's just set up all of OG's other players for really easy fights. Playing around that, they all get so much freedom. All right, that's a couple of key items coming out here. MKB for... Uh-oh.
Yeah, nice Lotus. Will-O-Wisp is there as JT getting very aggressive with the Rolling Thunder, not doing too much damage though. Has to be careful because Tomato's there with the Focus Fire, but had enough shield crash, damage mitigation. Seb getting the Atos, but we see the arena finally coming out from with the BKB. Basically, the entire of IG is inside of it right now. Even the Tormentor working against them. They lose 3. Now the silence applied to the Weaver. Down goes Monet again as GGs are called.
Ends this game with a bottle in his backpack. He was very quick to destroy all his items.
Who's answering it from G2IG?
Well, I thought you guys said that with the secured.
But the Prophet now...
First, the TA has refraction that you need to cut through. The Dragon Knight has a lot of armor, and Morphling, you know, needs no introduction, right? So I think for Ari, this is going to be really interesting to see how he itemizes.
That early rotation. Nice blood grenade with the Sprout coming in, but Baboka TPs. And now the blood grenade being turned against Seb instead. He eats the tree. Looks like he might survive, but looks like Seb does get first blooded by Baboka before Whisper takes out X-Nova on the other side. And BZM with a nice swashbuckle into the shield crash right click, so ends up getting a decent amount of XP in this mid lane, but
space for Whisper to safely get this full wave, and the Morphling is far behind. Borg was talking about this lane as supposedly being a good one for Morph, but it can be hard against Brew, and
X-Nova
good.
Getting gone on. Ari will get the kill, and Monet being pressured away again. They don't have the damage to actually kill him, but all the disruption that it can have is very, very valuable against this Morphling. And like we split as of yet, but still, the damage output is pitiful from IG. Baboka looking for the 7-minute wisdom, is spotted though. And this will likely turn into a kill. There's a Nightmare comes out to make this a bit annoying, but the rebound stun. One more brain sap for the row, but Baboka brought back into the arms of Whisper, and now Seb secures the wisdom room.
At the very least, the ground here that they have no staying power. When we get to minute 15 to 20, when OG start knocking down the tower, it's like, who's going to show up?
Yeah, because we have another rebound attempt, and the Rolling Thunder from BZM. Nothing to say, gets caught off guard. Whisper even making a rotation along with Seb. That's an easy pickoff for OG. Onto the mid laner of IG, and now X-Nova looks like he'll be able to tiptoe away. As Seb, he's going to potentially be the trade here as JT maneuvers over with that dragon form. X-Nova, looks like he picked up that Invis rune earlier. Gets the Centaur creep off onto Ari. Dispose, but Dragon Tail is there. BZM with a nice shield crash onto 3, but not going to be enough to save Ari. Whisper coming in with the Cinder Brew. The Primal Split to follow. Baboka's dead. Lifting up one more is nothing to say. Respawns and TPs, but now the surround tactics onto X-Nova. He's basically a creep at this stage of the game. Lift up onto the TA, who's now left alone because the DK has TP'd out, and even Seb coming in with the TP. It's a 4 versus 1 inside the Sprout. Another blood grenade. Nothing to say, dead. Tomato double kill, and likely a tier 1 tower mid.
Dragon Knight, like whatever it is, if you want to avoid the full-on engagements because you have no tools to deal with a Brew split and a Pango roll. Until Bane gets 6. When Bane has 6, you can grip the roll, but are you even going to kill him during it?
Yeah, Seb and company, they want to defend this tier 1 tower. JT looks like the TP will be successful, but Baboka not so lucky. As OG showing that they are not going to be giving up this tier 1 tower without
members of G2IG to kill off in groups of 3 or 4, and Nature's Prophet obviously will be one of those heroes.
Baboka.
The math there.
Ooh.
Nice Sprout.
All right.
Falling Blade on cooldown there for Baboka. Couldn't quite make it in there in time.
X-Nova spotted out. He is level 6, but it matters not. Seb will claim the kill from global range.
I mean, isn't it just telling that Ari does this like this?
Yeah, off cooldown,
Might
why
end
not?
up costing him. Doesn't look like it though. He will get away. Nice try from Nothing to Say there, trying to go for the deny attack onto his own trap. He will see him on the next one. Actually, with the dagger, he will get him.
Strike is enough, so Ari is punished in the end. Nothing to say, a good read. And Ari just bad luck walking over.
Yeah, if he would have walked left, he wouldn't have died. But it's like
might have been spotted.
Yeah, seeing the pings here.
Seb walking in that direction. Baboka on the high ground right now. 4K lead for OG. They do spot Baboka, but Nothing to Say is there. Grip to start things out. BZM gets the Rolling Thunder, but Seb already dead. Nothing to Say. He's going to get diffused with Whisper now making his way over with the TP. Baboka is waiting for the Nightmare, but he's just going to TP out instead. That means Nothing to Say is dead. Oh, Melt Strike. Eventually brought down. So a good attempt from IG. They definitely need to do things like that, but that is, you're giving up a TA for a Nature's Prophet. Not exactly fair.
I just think
Bring away.
Yep, Whisper approaching Radiance.
And potentially that is the item. That will make them more comfortable to just bulldoze a bit more. Baboka is spotted. Rebound, BZM, casual right click. Another kill to OG's name. Monet will TP out and is...
Yeah.
Well, OG will group up and this will be a free Roche.
Really is very clear that G2IG are playing plan, I don't even want to call this plan B, maybe plan C. And we'll find Seb at the very least, and Monet will turn into him to teleport to top for maximum just error. That would be classic Dota.
Tomato, high ground attempt number 1. Fortification is popped from IG. Of course, he has that Aegis to work with for 3.5 minutes. Top lane though, BZM showing off that Blink Dagger.
Oh, no
Top
mana.
of Monet now, yeah, Monet very much out of mana. And the rebound from Ari, good rotation from OG. An extremely important kill to...
Elegant how OG set this up, right? They're pushing bottom lane with 3 or 4 heroes at the same time, so it's less obvious for
Whisper,
Monet to read that.
That'll be some sort of a trade for IG.
That's a quick punish. This is a big kill. This is actually IG favored overall. This is a very, very big Brewmaster streak that they end there. I think he was he 5-0? Yeah. So mega kill gold going the way of JT. Start making...
We'll try to pressure again, this time in the mid lane as Xnova trying to defend. Has nothing to say, shows himself as well. As Baboka, Step going in kind of deep there with the Sprout with the Loosened Beam. Xnova barely able to get out in time. Once this tower goes down again, Luna is a hero you have to really worry about. Ari's the one taking the brunt of the damage right now. Nothing to say with that. Desto deletes him from the map. Tier 3 tower is out. And now Whisper can focus on that melee racks along with Tomato and those Moonglaves. Aegis still intact. They lift up the TA just to buy some time. Second fortification for IG. And now these Brewlings getting quite low, so OG likely having to reset now. Whisper's gonna get Dragon Tail down and bursted. 2 dead now for OG as Seb looks to be the third. And G2IG showing some signs of life, and this is a very important defense for their game. Double kill from Monet as Tomato. And won't be able to get too much. I mean,
fashion, so it could have been a much, much faster Radiance instead.
I feel like we've been seeing less earn into a big item and then eventual Spirit Vessel just to be able to get the charges.
Yes, that would have also been
feels like they just go straight forward if they're going to opt for it at all. It's Monet getting chased up, getting that Manta off, Loosened Beam, but the grip on top of the Rolling Thunder, that doesn't really help Monet too much as you get the double stun after the fact as Monet will die, but Boca is next. The aggression from OG, not punished this time. The BKB is there for nothing to say for this.
Taking him away if he goes on you, and then suddenly you take full advantage of your low cooldown Loosened Beam Conda build. Oh, nothing to say. This is a big jump. Oh my god, he evaporated.
That was 70 seconds of no TA.
Ari and Tomato just jumped on him together in mid. He was completely alone in the middle of the map. No supporting cast nearby. If they could somehow get this mid wave in. JT already on the task.
Oh, nice Loosened Beam from Tomato. Xnova is going to try to make it as hard as possible.
Well, he's wasting some time here. Also has the Pike.
He does, but Tomato very quick. And eventually will bring down Enchanter. Seb actually getting that one.
Yeah, nice.
Okay,
that's fine.
Appreciate that. Go one cast without insulting me. Impossible for you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, he's spotted right after the teleport, and that ward really paying off.
This is a really, really crucial moment in this game. Without the second Roche, I think it's going to be difficult for OG to look to high grounding now that all 3 cores of G2IG have effectively come online as much as they needed to.
Smoke is popped. He's going to get Dragon Tailed into the Fiend's Grip. No Primal Split for you. Rolling Thunder a little bit late from BZM. And OG likely having to retreat now in a 3 versus 5 situation. BZM picks up the bounty and we'll be able to get away scot-free, but
40 seconds TA plus more if you know where this is headed.
Oh yeah.
This is, yeah, it's position in this game. And I say that despite them having an open base.
Yeah, Monet, okay, mana is completely burned. Remember, he just picked up the Aegis, but it's going to be a quick life number 1. Inside the Sprout, and he is all alone. Can he possibly get out of this? Waveform. Onto the other side, close to the fountain, is Tomato continuing with the Loosened Beams. Rebound not able to hit, but the Dispose back into their arms, and just like that, the Aegis completely irrelevant.
The item in the slot, like
X-Nova
but
run into by BZM. He's going to use the Rolling Thunder for the Enchantress. Gets the bash on the shield crash with the Aghanim Scepter, but here comes the Dragonite, and we get the Fiend's Grip directly onto BZM, and he's dead just like that. Even the Primal Split used, but now just trying to run away is OG. It won't protect him after the grip comes out, though. Has to be prematurely used.
G2IG is filling out on the map.
BZM already used his blink into the Dragon Knight's arms. Even the grip extended from Baboka just to ensure the death of BZM, and even an MKB for X-Nova. He is going to start
playing a fashion that is, I don't know if I want to say it's old, but...
Are you a little surprised that there's no Lincolns for BZM? I got to hold that thought, though. We might have a bit of action with the Aegis still intact for Monet on the Morphling. JT on the cliff, not to say able to blink out. Now JT showing himself. The Wrath of Nature doing a nice job of keeping them in place. The Rolling Thunder coming in from BZM, focusing on Baboka, but he gets bursted actually after the usage of the BKB. They even delete Nothing to Say with the Eclipse. Now Tomato and company, major advantage in this fight. They find 3 pickoffs, and now Monet gets bashed mid-TP inside the Sprout. That's the Aegis. And OG gonna surround Morphling again. We've seen this before. And somehow OG power up when the enemy gets Aegis.
On Brewmaster and Ultimate ready, they can just go for 2 back-to-back pokes, and that is exactly what's going to happen here. So
Rolling Thunder. And we see the Primal Split can be used to take out the tower easily. The backline defense on Baboka. He pops the BKB. He's already relatively safe, looking for an opening on the Fiend's Grip. Unable to find one initially as BZM gets to the low ground, but these buildings again are melting. The glaze from the illusions doing so much damage. Looks like Seb is the first to fall though, but there's the grip onto Tomato. A beautiful rebound to 3 as Ari destroying them on the back line, but now he is the one destroyed as no more Luna to play with. 3 for 1, successful defense from IG. Up a lane of racks, even potentially 2, not that big of a deal, as they will certainly wait for the buybacks as Monet gets the melee racks. That is mega creeps for OG now, as Whisper, he's gonna get hounded. Might cost him his life as X-Nova on the split screen, spotted by BZM. Looks like they'll find the stun, and eventually the Enchantress will fall. And Whisper able to survive through that. That is the word, sign.
Very good. Is there another word for those specific
Extremely
types of
eloquent as always as the Primal Split number 2 comes out. Okay, they're gonna push the Dragon to the other side. He does not have his Dragon form anymore. This might be the go time for OG. As JT, a pathetic human being. You can see the Wrath of Nature doing quite a bit to keep them in place. And I think the tickling of the tower is not too shabby. It's now Tomato coming in. That's going to be 1 tier 4 tower down. They get the Eclipse off. The Dragon Knight taking massive damage, but forced after safety might be able to get the fountain on time. Primal Split again from Whisper, and now the Ancient is fully exposed. The bash onto Monet, but they find BZM instead. He has the buyback. It's a fortification about to drop. JT dies inside the Ancient, but now the Ancient being exposed, being damaged by the likes of OG. Nothing to Say has to try to back away, but a swashbuckler brings him down, and OG take this series 2-0. That means G2IG eliminated.